Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you over to my channel and for this special occasion. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to say hello and thank you to all of you. And just thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for everything that you did to support Sean and OMG Chris and this cause. And before we go any further, I want to bring in JoJo. Morning, JoJo. How are you?
Hey guys. Hey everyone. Just want to say thank you all for being here. We're here to be here for Sean and to remember the late great Chris McDaniel, OMG Chris.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to bring our other partner in crime in, Mike. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to be here. Just wanted to do a big thank you to everybody that contributed. The amount when we get to that is just unbelievable, and just the support. And yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Awesome, man. We got to bring our other partners in. Let's say good morning to Roger. Hey, Metarog. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Good morning, good afternoon to those of us on the eastern half of the United States. What an honor to be here and commemorate this incredible gentleman, and pay it forward, all the things that he's instilled in us. Just a little bit. We could never pay it forward because it's way too great. But in our little way, we are emulating who Chris is, and that is good with me.
Amen. Amen. Last but not least, actually not last. We still have two more. Let's bring in Chris. Hey, Chris, how are you this morning, man?
Morning, guys. Afternoon. How's it going, everybody?
It's going well, man. You know what? Last night on Comic Gories, I had Alex the Comic Hoarder on, and Alex loved Chris and knew him for a long time. They've both been doing this for a while, and he said some pretty beautiful words for Chris. And I think everybody in here, you guys definitely have been reminding people of what he taught you and what he shared with you, and reminding people of the good man that he is, and the things that you do, and the things that you show, and the things that you share. So we really had a special moment getting together and doing this. Not only the five of us, but I think in memory of Chris and everything that he did, this brought the community together in a way that I've never seen. Mm-hmm. I'm just blown away by every single person that made a video for Chris, that commented on a post, that made a post on Instagram, that donated a book for us to sell, that bought a book, that sent in money, that sent in encouragement. I mean, just that came together during that live stream last Saturday, and it's just been amazing. So before we get any further, though, we've got a guest of honor today, and we want to bring him in now, guys. So we want to welcome in Sean, and he is Chris's brother, and this is the guy that we're doing this all for. And let's bring him on in. Good morning, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Good morning, Matt, and hello, everybody, and all you YouTubers, JoJo, Mike, Roger, and Jernos. I just want to sit there and say to all of you, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. We want to turn the time over to you for just a little bit. And first of all, we just want to let you know we love you, and our hearts are with you at this time. And for someone myself who lost a brother to cancer, my heart's there with you, man. And when JoJo and Mike asked me to do this, I jumped on it so quick. And then we extended it to Roger and Chris, and they jumped on it. And then all of a sudden it just caught fire. How did that make you feel, man? I mean, when you saw the community and people do this for your brother and for you?
Well, let's just put it this way. Words can't describe what it really felt like. One, I did not expect it. I was really overwhelmed. I cried. I may have told you guys in the thing that I cried for 3 hours, but actually I've been crying every day. And I wanted to sit there and tell all of you, thank you very much. What you guys did was more amazing than anything I've ever seen in my life. I mean, with the coronavirus and the pandemic, people not working and stuff like that and struggling. And you guys went way above and beyond to help me with my brother's funeral and stuff. And it showed me how much my brother was really respected, liked, loved, and cared about when he would sit there and talk to me about a lot of things that he would go through, helping you guys and talking to you guys helped him a lot, because I'm not going to lie, my brother was really in a bad place when both his wives died within a year and a half of each other. Even his first wife, she passed like a year and a half after Michelle died. And he really wanted to be with them, but because of me, he chose to stick around. And by talking with you guys, helped him realize more what he wanted to do. And it's like I told JoJo before, that my brother really wanted to meet her. That was his thing, because he had so much fun having a banter with her, because they would get along so well on arguing and disagreeing on certain things. And with Mike, he sat there and made a great friend. He was worried that Mike would leave YouTube because people have their advantages and disadvantages on liking and disliking, and can be insulting. We're all human. We're not perfect.
Right.
And he didn't want Mike to quit the community, so he begged him to stay. And he respected him, his wife, and his boys. I always thought it was funny when he brought me over and he was getting that very first video from Mike about the AOK he sent him and stuff, when he named his wife Electra. And
Yeah.
I was sitting there and it was just funny, because I was like, that's the coolest thing to do. Now, I can't do my brother's catchphrases or anything like that. I can't even talk like Freedom. I tried all night last night and I just can't do it. And unfortunately, this is a take one only video, because, well, nobody knows what anybody else is going to say. So it's unscripted and all that fun stuff. Like I said, I can't do my brother. But he did care a lot for all of this. Whether you liked him or not, subbed him or not, gave him a thumbs up, thumbs down on a video. He did like to collect what he was very passionate for. And yes, he was all over the place with his collections. And Jerno's, it's like I told you earlier today, you got that Alex Rodriguez card. I don't want it back. That's yours. But I do love the way that you do your drawings, and the Thor picture with my brother, that was awesome, brother. Very awesome. I mean, that was literally spot on. You're very talented. Yeah. And there's a lot of people I want to say thank you to. All of you that, there's so many names. I mean, all of you, because you donated money. I'm trying to make this fast and not try to draw this out or seem insensitive or anything, but all of you donated comics and stuff, and Chris, all your toys and games and stuff like that. All you guys mean a lot to me, and I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, words cannot describe how I felt, especially from Jack B to sit there and give that mystery box up. Oh. And I'm not sure who it was that paid $1,000 for it, but I got to say, I've never seen an auction go like you guys did. And I just want to say thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I was like just sitting there watching that entire thing on both my phone and on my brother's phone. And I was still like trying to keep up with everything and trying to talk to people and stuff, and it was just more overwhelming. And it's a good thing I wasn't live, because all I would have been doing was crying. And I'm trying not to right now. But I just really want to say thank you, and I do appreciate everything all of you did in the community, and that's really about it, because once you say thank you, you can't add anything else
You know, Sean,
that I can think of.
like I was saying earlier, not only were you moved and shocked by everything, but I was moved and shocked by it all. I think all of us were.
Yeah.
You know, I got a phone call from Mike, and he's like, I got this idea, and me and JoJo want to do something because we love Chris and we want to give something to Sean. And so I'm like, all right, let's go. Start spreading the word, and then Chris and Metarog are like, hey, we want to be a part of this. And then we do our little show, and what happens? We get super chats, and we get donations. And within the first show that we did, just to tell people what we're doing, we got a whole bunch of
Yeah, it was mind blowing.
Yeah, that shocked me too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then what was crazy about that too?
And I got that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you had Mike.
I just was going to say what was crazy was that we weren't expecting anything. We were just getting it prepared, and then letting be, lo and behold, the very next day, you were going to the actual to do the cremation. Like, you needed the money right there and then, so it was like it just worked out perfectly.
Yep. I mean, and I want to show you guys. I want to put these figures up here because it's a testament to this community. But this is the amount that we made just from super chats on that first show. Okay. I mean, look at that. Look at that beautiful amount. And then that same day,
Wow.
okay, not only do we make that, but let me move this over here now. This is what we made from donations. Look at that. This is donations from the community, just because they felt this love for Chris and for you and for what was happening. Okay, so that's the amount that we sent you over the first day, and and me, oh my, and this is a testament to your brother, because he touched people's hearts. This is a testament to this community, because I had so many messages, Sean, that said, I didn't know Chris. I never even met him. I never even saw one of his videos, but I can see the passion that he left in people, and I want to be a part of that. I've been affected by it, and I have to give, and to me, that was just stunning. And then I've made so many new friends because of your brother. JoJo and I, we'd never been on a stream together before, and now it's been a few.
Yeah.
And we used to talk. Yes, we'd watch each other's videos and stuff, but now we're closer than we were before. Chris, I didn't, I followed Chris a while back on YouTube, and then all of a sudden now we've been on shows together, and now we're talking a little bit more behind the scenes, and that goes with so many people from the auction and from giving. And now I have new friends because of your brother, Chris. And I think that speaks to him and the type of man he was, and the mark and legacy that he left on this community and to everyone he came in contact with. So, JoJo?
There were some people that left comments on my tribute video to him, and I didn't even realize that OMG Chris knew. Like, I watched them separately, and we were all mutual friends, but I had no idea. And so when this happened, I was like, oh wow, he really did touch a lot of people, like, with his passion, and it's just insane. And honestly, like, I'm just mind blown with this whole thing, and it's been really nice to see everyone come together like that. It's just crazy. It's great. So great. And it's what he would have wanted, honestly. Like, that's what he was all about, was community. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 100%. Mike?
Yeah, I just wanted to tag off of a little bit of what Sean was saying earlier, that he was like, my brother was all over the place with all of his collecting stuff, but that's what made Chris so awesome, is that even though he switched from die-car, the cast metal cars, to Superman, to statues, to pops, that's what kept us entertained. That's what kept us like going. He was so passionate about it, like it was just so awesome to see that. Like, I know with myself, I started off as a pop channel only. It was Popcom for the longest time, and then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of done with that. I'm gonna move on to comics, and then I switched my whole channel name and channel theme and channel everything, But with Chris, it was like, no, I don't care. I'm gonna collect everything that I'm passionate about. I'm not changing anything. I'm gonna be myself, and I'm gonna share it with everybody. And I really respected that. It was really cool to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, because I'm all over the place myself. Actually, that's what even inspired me to add the pop culture to my channel name. Because I enjoy talking about comics to toys to movies. And with Chris too, is he would always like. What's interesting is I think when you post different things, if you stick to one thing on YouTube, you get a lot of like the same people watching because that's their thing. But with Chris, because even when I posted movie stuff and stuff that had nothing to do with specifically showing off comic books, he was there, man. He was there to support and everything. So, I really related to that. And I think he showed that to everyone in the community. I mean, even look at Matilda Gothica and how he welcomed her, and he was. I mean, I remember the day that he let me know, hey, you need to go check out this channel, And I think she even said she didn't even really start having anything to do with comics, and his ability to pull people together that were like-minded in spirit, but may have had different hobbies going on. I mean, it really branched people out and brought them together at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. Roger?
Yeah, wow, it's hard to follow up what all these fine folks are saying about Chris, because it's also true, and I don't want to be redundant, but what it's sort of the same attitude. Like I didn't know Sean. Most of us didn't know Sean, but we didn't have to know Sean because we knew Chris. Yeah. And you were talking about the community, Matt, and how they gave without even foreknowledge of who he was. Yep. But isn't that what Chris was? That it's the money is not the important part. It's the manifestation of the love that this community has for each other. Yep. Whatever the amount is paltry compared to all the different aspects of our lives that are changed because we are able to communicate like we are today. Yeah. And somebody like Chris, who can bring hundreds of people together who have never met face to face, is, I'm a man of faith. Yeah. But to me, that is a miracle. Yeah. And Chris was a miraculous man, a special man. And I never knew him personally. I only communicated with him a few times. That's all it took for me to realize how special a man he was.
Yeah. 100%, man. I want to take a minute if I can, and I'm going to try this. I just want to say thank you to as many people as I can. I have notes from how much we made super chats to how much we made from donations to who bought what, who sold what, and I kind of want to go through this list. I tried to put this together, ran out of some time, but first thing is, if you're missed on here, you're not missed on purpose. There are so many people that are struggling right now because of the situation that said, hey, I'm sending prayers. Hey, I'm sending good vibes. Hey, I just want you to know that this was amazing what you did, and I have been affected by it, And I wish I had written down every person that sent prayers and good vibes and just communicated with us during this whole thing. But let me take a shot at this and say thank you to everybody who bought and sold and sent and donated. So I'm going to say thank you to Discovery Bay, and I'm going to say thank you to Lawrence. Thank you, Terry23. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, JoJo. Thank you, Ryan Ortiz, our phone-in bitter. I thought that was
Yeah. I talked to him on Instagram now.
yeah, do you really?
Yeah.
That's right, because he got one of yours, right?
Exactly. So that's this. It just proves everything, right?
Right. I mean, it really brought people together that
Yeah.
wouldn't have been otherwise, right? Thank you to Chris Jerno and James Werner. Thank you to Mike, Cobra Comics. Thank you to JP. Thank you to NYC, Man Cave Comics, J Blitz. Thank you to Sean Richards, Contender, First Edition. Thank you to Kingdom Comics. Thank you to Tim, the Comic Collector. Thank you to Big Lion Cat. Thank you to God Tank. Thank you to Metarog. Thank you to the Comic Don. Thank you, Seawood. Thank you. Ooh, getting emotional. Thank you, Patrick Kelly.
What kind of name is that?
Thank you, Patrick Kelly. Thank you, Patrick Wall. Thank you, Poor Mike. Thank you, Bearded Nerd Nation. Let's see. Thank you, Steven Spock. Thank you, Randy Luna. Thank you, Jay Hood. Thank you, Man Cave. Thank you, Comics Altruism. Thank you, Collectible Archaeologists. Thank you, Joker68. Thank you, Werewolf by Night, or Werewolf by Lunchtime. Sorry. Thank you, Tim, the Comic Collector. Thank you, Jack B. Thank you, Comic Phantom, and he's the one that bought that huge mystery box.
And he continued to give after that as well. I was like, whoa.
Yes, he did.
He really did.
Yes, he did.
Let's see, the Comic Collector. Thank you, Simon R. Thank you, Mindshift. Comics on the Mind. Thank you, That Comic Homie. Thank you to Sleepy Reader. Thank you to Daymares. Thank you to Take the Time Collectibles. Man, that was, I mean, Daymares, Take the Time Collect. Some of these people just went above and beyond. Jack B. Mr. Gretzky.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Mr. Gretzky. Alex the Comic Hoarder. Golden Car Comics. DS Comics. Life Journey. Who's Your Nerd? Drakir, or Richard backwards, which I found out last night. Drakir Savers. Old Wolf. Thank you, Unruly Scythian. Thank you, Batman Pops. Thank you. Let's see.
You found that out last night. JoJo said that during the auction.
Yeah. Yep, she did. Thank you, Bigglesworth. Thank you, Lindsay Knickknacks, and thank you, Spec Collect. Let's see. Thank you, Comic Book Jabroni. Thank you. Let's see if I missed anyone. Steven Spock. I said that one. Warlord. Thank you, Javi. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Comic Mag Musing. Thank you, Big Will. We got Rob Boswell. Thank you, man. Adrian. Thank you. Russ. Super Russ 9000. Thank you. My friend Oscar, who's not even in the comic community. He was at lunch and he's like, hey, Matt went's going live. I'll look. And what did he do? He donated $75. You know? Wow. Thank you, Raphael, wow, James, Damien, Carson, Kavi, Dom, Eric, the Comic Don, Tacoma Comics, Steve Whiting, Gomez the Comic Collector, Mike the Collector, Golden Car, Bubs, and BLC. If I missed you guys, thank you so much for sending super chat.
Actually, let me add one name.
Donations, do it, please.
Thank you, Little G.
Little G. Oh yeah, Man Cave and Little G.
Absolutely. And Matt, thank you for taking up the mantle to actually coordinate all this and keep it all organized. And that's the reason why I reached out to you and JoJo, because I knew that you guys would be able to get it organized, keep it organized, and not just be all over the place. So thank you, most importantly, for not even asking any questions, just being on board and being like, yep, what time and where and when are we going to do it? So I want to thank you. Big shout out to you, Matt.
It was your brainchild, though. You called me and I was, in all the way as soon as you mentioned it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for even thinking of doing this, because it really helps.
Right. Exactly what Roger did.
I'll tell you this. I found in my life, when doing something worthwhile and good, the payment is always in the feelings that you get. And like Roger said earlier, like the money that we're about to show is fantastic. It's phenomenal. But what makes us feel so good, and I hope what makes Sean feel so good, is the fact that so many people came together for Chris and for him, and the money is just a small part of that, you know. And so I want to show you guys now what you were able to raise during the auction. After everyone we've said thank you to, after all the books donated and sold, all the books bought, people even, I had somebody say, I got $5 to my name right now in my bank account, and I am donating it. We got the widow's mite, you know what I'm saying? Like, people came together to give in so many wonderful ways, and it just fills me. But let me share my screen now, guys, and show you the amount that we're going to send over to Sean this morning to let him know that we loved his brother and that we love him. And hopefully this alleviates just a small amount of the things you're going through. And this is the amount that we raised in the auction. This is what you guys raised for Sean and for Chris in the auction.
Thank you very much, guys.
What a beautiful. And
I appreciate it.
here is our grand total, guys. And this is a testament to this community. And I love every single one of you for doing this. And thank you, OMG Chris, for bringing us together like this, man. But there it is, our grand total for this moment where Sean needed it.
Wow.
And where Chris lived a life where we came together like this. So there it is. I am on PayPal now. And Sean, I am sending it the amount that we made from the auction. And it's heading over to you right now. Just sent it. There it is, guys.
Wow.
A cause well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
And you know what's really funny? You guys want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
Yes.
And no, I'm not going to say my brother's standing behind me, even though he's right here.
Yeah.
I know he's right here. But I almost didn't even get to be here today to sit there and see this video. All last week, I was scared I wasn't going to be here today. When I found out I got 2 blood clots in my lung and my heart. Not even a week after my brother died. But I just want to tell you all, thank you. It does mean a lot.
You're welcome, Sean.
Yeah, we're all happy still, whenever you need us.
What a beautiful moment. Sean's going through a lot right now, guys, and you were able to come together and bring this to him. And your good vibes, your prayers, they all will work for his benefit. And so, Sean, we didn't know you before this, but we can't be strangers after this.
Yeah, I know.
We are here for you 100%, and any way we can help, we will. We hope the community and the money and all of this helps you and alleviates your stress in a small way, and that you just feel love from us, love from the community, love from your brother, love from God, and just hope you feel it, man.
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes,
everybody.
Sean,
I do appreciate it.
Sean, we're definitely praying for you. I know before we go to bed, our kids say their prayers and so forth, and they've incorporated you in their prayers at such a young age. So we're definitely here
Thank
for you. And, I have your cell phone number, and I continue to, I hope I don't bug you too much, but I really do want to be
No,
in contact
you don't
with you
bug me.
and want to hear from you.
Nope. Texts don't bug me. If I get a text and I look at it, it means I'm still here. Because sometimes I'm afraid to even go to sleep.
Yeah, it's scary. You got a lot of people here today.
I mean,
Go ahead, Sean.
when you find out how close the clot is to your heart and they're going to do a procedure, then sit there and tell you that the risk is more greater to do it than to not do it. Just, and they can't sit there and give you a direct answer whether it's going to help me, cure me, kill me. And they just sit there and say, it's better not to do it and just pray. So I'll be on blood thinners for the rest of my life probably, and pray the clots go away and no heart attack or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I just want to really tell you all thank you very much, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart.
We love you, Sean.
And
We really
words just can't not describe how I really feel, other than tears. And I miss my brother.
do. The chat is full of praying hands and positive thoughts for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people love you. Rob Boswell says, Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will surely help you. I will uphold you with my right hand of righteousness. Awesome, Rob.
Amen.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Backseat driver, best of luck, Sean. Super Russ, I'm praying.
Thank you. Backseat driver.
Just a little podcast. My thoughts and prayers will continue to be with you and your loved ones. Sean Richards, Callie, Daymares, Funk Comics 814, Pages, Films, and Plastics, first edition, all praying. Timothy, in there, bud. Jack B, praying for you, Sean. God Tank, we all need to pray. Kingdom Comics, we got you. Scott Evans, Ilea, praying. Wow.
At least somebody's got me.
Sean.
Oh, is Matilda on?
Yeah, Matilda's
Hi,
on.
Matilda.
Matilda's in there.
Hi, Matilda.
Yeah.
Love you, young lady.
She contemplated coming on here with us, and she made the decision to stay in the chat. I'm glad she's here, though. I'm glad she's here.
Yep.
I want to show that grand total one more time because it's mind-boggling, and it's amazing. And this is what the community's done. And I just want to thank all of you guys again for doing that. Golden Card. God bless you, Sean. You're part of this community.
And you too, John.
Chris Barrett says, you're part of this community now, Sean. We'll always have your back. Awesome. Gomez, the comic collector, says, this is awesome. Prayers to you and your family, Sean.
Thank you, Gomez.
Beautiful.
Hey, Golden Car Comics. I just want you to know my brother also had a lot of respect for you too, and I got your message. And I do appreciate your message. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
So we all kind of shared something. Do you have anything like a good memory or anything that you could share? We hardly hear from you, you know?
That's right.
You know, man, from the beginning, I'm kind of like most of the comic community. I talked with Chris off of videos. I'd just say, hey, your video is cool. And he'd say, hey, your video is cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'd message each other sometimes on Instagram. And what I will say from what I learned from this is two things. Number one is don't be afraid to make relationships in this community, guys. Ever since this happened, I've really been trying to reach out to people more. You know, before I'd be like, oh, that's a great comic, cool, and then leave it at that and go about my day, you know? And now I'll try to be like, hey, where'd you get that comic? And tell me about the story and let me get to know you more. And just this morning, I think, messaging with Midwest Comic Man for about an hour and a half. You know, yesterday we found out we have a mutual love of genealogy. And so we just started a conversation for like 3 hours yesterday, and today, this morning, he's like, "Oh, comic gories," and then we started talking. And I think I would have loved to know Chris more, to see the kind of passion that Jerno's and JoJo and Mike, the relationship that they had, you know, and others, because so many people have reached out to me and said, "I loved him for this, this, and this reason, and I knew him so well, and I did this," and, you know. And so, since I didn't do that, I'm going to make sure we do it more now. Make relationships in the community, guys. The second thing that I'll say is, there's good people in here. There's some good people. We all come from different walks of life, and we all believe different things, and we all vote differently, but we can't let any of that stuff divide us. We can't. There's no time to hate on somebody because of an ideology or a religion or a color of their skin or a belief or the way that they live their life. There's just no time for that. This community came together, and people love each other, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that this love of comic books and horror movies, cars, and all things geek has brought people together, and we've made friendships that are stronger than everything that's trying to divide us. And so the second thing that I would say that comes from Chris and the life that he lived is love each other and spend more time with each other, and don't let us be divided. So I just am so grateful to be a part of this. I'm so glad that you guys thought about me and that you let me come in here. And now I've got a new friend in Sean, and a new friend in so many different people that have done so much. And Sean, if you could go through and read all the messages I received, you would, again, your heart would just be full. People loved your brother.
Yeah.
And I'm a believing man.
Sure.
I was thinking about this the other day because all of us fear death. We really do. And the reason we fear death is because there's the unknown and because there's the unfinished, right? And so I was thinking, you know, if we really think about life, it's like kindergarten. You're in kindergarten and you're getting ready to go to the next level. And there's something unknown about first grade, you know? Or you're in middle school and you're getting ready to go to high school, and it's scary because you're going to graduate from one state of being into another. And I really think Chris is somewhere right now, and he's learning just like he learned when he was here, and he is experiencing a different state of and I'm grateful for that idea and that thought of this isn't the end, and there are the white shores beyond, like Gandalf would say. And there's things we're going to learn in that next level, you know? And so, that's my little piece. I'm just really grateful to be a part of this, and it's had me thinking a lot. And I'm glad your brother lived the life that he did so that it created this moment. So.
Yes, he did.
And I will say one more thing.
How much? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. When I was sitting here alone after Saturday, and I was pooped. I was like, wow, that was a long stream, and there was a lot of emotion, and there was a lot of things I was trying to stay on top of. So I said, I'm going to give it a day, and then on Sunday, I'm going to come back, sit down, and put everything together. And Sunday, while I was putting all these things together, and I was messaging people, and I was just filled with this love. And I had a little conversation with your brother, and not anything crazy, not like I saw a vision or anything, but just like I talked to my brother, right? Sometimes I'll think of my brother and I'm like, hey, dude, that song reminded of me, and I just want you to know I love you. And I told your brother, hey, I didn't know you as well, but I'm grateful for the life you lived, and look at everything that's come together. And I hope you feel a little bit of my love for you wherever you're at. And I'll tell you what, make sure you all talk to those that you've lost, because they're listening. I believe it. So,
yeah, because my brother was an organ donor, so they gave me an organ donating blanket, and when I sleep at night, I'm going to turn my phone because I'm on my phone because my webcam don't work. So
it's all right.
If you can see it, I hope, but this is what I got when I sleep at night. My brother's left hand will always be on my chest when I sleep.
You want to make them big, Matt?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Thank you, Roger. Let me keep showing it, Sean. That's beautiful.
Oh.
I can't tell if you can see the hand.
Yeah, we can see the handprint. Yeah.
Oops, that's me.
That's awesome.
But his hand will always be on my heart, my chest at night. Because they couldn't do both hands because his right hand was really messed up. And it wasn't the easiest thing to get a handprint of. So they were only able to give me his left hand. But my brother does live on, because being an organ donor. His intestines went to somebody, and unfortunately, they tried to transplant his kidneys. But the one guy that was supposedly getting it didn't graft to him, and the other one didn't go either. So instead of being 3 people he lived on, he now lives on in one other in body, but he lives on in our hearts. And to everybody, I want to tell you all, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
And I do appreciate everything. Matt, JoJo, Mike, Roger, Chris, everybody. You guys are, every single one of you in the community are rock stars. And you're all, I mean, like I said, I just can't put words in to describe everything because words can't describe everything. Only love and heart and feelings describe everything to me. And for all of you, I do say thank you. And Chris will be missed. I can't say by me the most because a lot of you he has affected. So I'm glad he got to know all of you. And to a lot of you, he made an impact on. My brother had way with words and feelings and stuff that I can't even do. My brother, you know, him and I used to fight a lot and argue. But when you get down to just 2 of you and stuff, you come closer. It's like how he was with you guys as a community. You guys all got closer.
Yeah.
And my brother did 3 things that he told me he would do for me. 1, he would make me a better person. 2, he would introduce me to all of you. And 3, he's still helping me from the afterlife because of all of you.
100%.
And I just want to really say thank you.
Awesome, Sean.
Somebody's asking, Sean, do you still have freedom?
Oh no, freedom is going to be sent to a very special person. As soon as I can get up to my brother's storage unit, freedom will continue because I am going to send him to Mike.
Thank you, Sean. And if you could see right here, I have my pop collection right behind me in this glass.
Yeah.
If you'll go right in there in that special case. Yeah, I take pride in that, and that definitely will never leave my collection.
That's awesome.
Wow.
One of these days, whenever they so-called say this coronavirus goes away, and I am capable of traveling, and long as my health situation gets better, like I said, JoJo, I would really like, because Chris always wanted to meet you, and if it would be all right to bring him to meet you. And
Yes.
I'm not trying to make it in a sick, weird way, but you are the horror queen of everybody that I know. So I know it won't affect you.
Yeah.
Because that's why he loved you the most, because you two both loved horror and he had somebody to talk about things.
Yeah.
And with Matilda Gothica, he loved every single drawing you sent him, every single one. And so do I. And with her condition and stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, my brother did get to see some of the stuff she sent him just before he did pass away. And I can't find it, but she drew him a Punisher picture and stuff, and he loved it and everything. I just can't seem to find anything in this place. It's my room's still in disarray. Eventually I gotta fix it. But he just enjoyed everybody, and hopefully between everything that my brother taught me and helped all of you guys, that you guys will all get along and be happy and enjoy everything you guys do. I mean, don't stop doing something because people make fun of you or sit there and say your material's garbage or whatever, or when you make a video and they got to give you a thumbs down. I'm sorry, but people who give the thumbs down, can I say asshole?
They're special.
I mean, that's just BS. I mean, to sit there and give a thumbs down to anybody's video because, you know, people like what they're doing. They take pride in what they have. They take pride in what they're showing. And to sit there and give them a thumbs down, all that tells me when I see it on every video is that you're jealous.
Mm.
And that's what my brother always got on me about, because every time I would sit there and see one of his videos get a thumb down, I always would leave a comment like, you know, I don't understand why people would leave a thumbs down. I mean, they're just jealous and stuff. And it's just, you know, I mean, you're in a community, you're all friends, you should all get along. Everybody should like the video. If you don't like the video, don't thumb down it. Just ignore, you know, just leave it alone.
Right.
Because all that does is when 1 or 2 thumbs down comes up, it might make a person sit there and go, why am I doing this? Why am I even here?
Yeah.
So try not to use thumbs down on anybody's videos in your community, because you guys are all family. And if you can't do that, then why be part of it if you're going to thumbs down somebody? Then leave the community. And my brother and I were talking about that one time, and he always sat there and said that when he would have, say, 500 subs, and then he'd get to 565, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram, and then all of a sudden he would drop back down, he would get kind of depressed because what did he do wrong? Why is he getting a thumbs down? What was wrong with his video? Did they not like freedom? Did they not like the way he was? Or because he wore a mask? You know. Like I said, I ain't got the words to sit there and describe what my brother would say if he was here right now.
Yeah.
Because he would sit there and tell you all the right words.
Yeah.
And all I can sit there and say is...
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish your thought, and then I got a little surprise for you.
Oh, okay. Just like I said, you know, I can't do my brother. I can't do anything he did. Just be nice to everybody. Just respect one another, like you guys did when you came together for me and my brother.
Yeah.
It was more you guys coming together for Chris and helping me.
Yeah.
And I will never put a thumbs down on anybody's video. I don't even know what my YouTube channel is. If you can find it, you can sub me and I'll start following everybody. But even on videos, I don't even like putting thumbs down.
Yeah.
And even if it's a 20-minute video, and if I may not watch it, but I'm still going to put a thumbs up because the fact that it's called respect.
Yeah.
If you can't respect somebody, don't thumbs down anybody. And I wanted to sit there and do my brother's speech, but I can't do it. But just collect what you love, do what you find passionate, and love one another. You know, try not to hate each other.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I think you did a fine job there, Sean, of channeling the spirit of Chris. Maybe you didn't do it consciously, but the message was clear and was concise, just like Chris would give it.
I just got
Thank you,
an
Roger.
anonymous donation. Somebody saw the amount that we had and wanted to make sure that we put it over the top of that $10,000. So we just got a $100 donation, and I already sent it over to Sean. So there's the total now that we've raised because of the generosity of people watching.
Jesus.
And, whew, that's
Wow.
Thank you. I know you're watching. Thank you for doing that.
Whoever it was, thank you very much. And like I said, I mean, with the economy the way it is and the coronavirus, you guys are all stars. Every single one in this community, whether it be comics, toys, cars, or whatever. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Whew.
Hey guys, can I wanted to let Sean know, and as well as the community. So Sean, this will definitely be coming over to you. You are going to get the original copy. Obviously, this is absolutely 100% for you. But I want to let everyone know real quick, and I said this, I said in a comment to Sean when he did a video just thanking everyone in the community, what this represents. And this, I hope everyone, this isn't about me right now. I'm not trying to promote my art. It's not what this is. This is truly to embody what Chris was. And I talked about how I did a live stream. And people were asking me, like, who else do you think could pick up Thor's hammer besides Cap? Who would be worthy? And the only person in mind was Chris. And this is him. He is our Thor. And I wrote down here, heroes never die. And this is going to be going to Sean, but I want everyone to know, just because I wanted to be able to do something to kind of give back to everyone who gave. Anybody that wants a copy of this, please let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Jernos_comics. Get in touch with, if you don't have my contact, get in touch with Matt or somebody, and they can get you in touch with me. I want to be able to send this to everyone that wants one. I'll be making copies on like cardstock paper, so everyone can have a piece of Chris in a way that really embodies what I think, who he was and what he aspired all of us to be. So I just, anybody, I don't care if it's 5 people, I don't care if it's 500 people. I will make as many copies as I need to. Okay.
I definitely want one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Hey, Chris, you want to see something funny? You didn't know this, but this is his wallet. His wallet is a Thor.
That also kind of looks like Cobra's drawing as well.
Yeah.
It's an incredible piece, Chris. Right? When I first saw it, I was like, I want
Yes, it is really awesome.
one. I want one.
As soon as he showed it on Instagram, that's the first thing I said is, I want one. No, you got some really good drawings there, Chris.
I had to. I just felt it in that moment, and I stayed up till 4 a.m. because once I started like that, he was flowing through me, man, and I did not stop to go to the bathroom. I even told my kids that, I mean, they're bigger, they're fine, so it's not like I was not tending to my kids, but I usually still like say goodnight, but I was like, go to bed, like I'm busy, and I didn't even move from my station until it was done. So yeah.
You did an awesome job, brother.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Even the one you auctioned off at the auction was awesome.
Matt, where are you going to hang yours? You got to have it in your I don't know. You're looking full in your walls over there.
I'm getting tons of messages and stuff. So not that I'm just making sure people are messaging in the chat right now.
I just wanted to reiterate one thing too that Chris was really good about was kind of visiting the newer channels and giving them some uplifting words. Because I know, like when we all started out, or some people that are starting out now, you can get a little discouraged sometimes, and he just always was a great cheerleader, as I've said before, to everyone. And I just want to tell those new people that are trying YouTube, that are maybe even listening to this and are, not commenting or whatever, just don't be discouraged, like keep going, because you never know like who's watching. You never know who your video like resonates with. So like that's all I wanted to say, because he really did a good job of like giving you that motivation. And so if you like somebody that's maybe newer, or maybe you don't know of, you go check them out and maybe you will like them. You don't know that. So give people a chance, and also don't get discouraged if you are on the other end of it, So yeah, that's all.
Yep.
Just support
And-
kind of the newer people.
And JoJo, you know what else was cool too is that when we first did the pre-video before Saturday, like 90% of the chat was like, I received my first AOK from Chris.
Exactly.
And I was like, holy smokes. I knew he was giving, but I never knew like how many first time channels and just first time that anybody got anything was from Chris.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you imagine if me and you like quit when we were like kind of teetering?
right.
Like, look at us now, we're here, we're all
Oh, yeah.
together, we're having a great time and remembering him in this way. And it's like, if we stopped and we just kind of quit, like, well, this wouldn't even be a thing right now. So
Yeah.
That's true. And then that from the auction, the box I got redonated from Jack B, I actually sent that out as an AOK to their two young kids that are in college that just started a channel on Instagram. They're called Comix Kings, and it's Comix Comix Kings, Comix Kings, and they did a live unboxing, and I wrote them a long letter of how Chris touched us and how important he was in the community, and you could just see how excited and enthusiastic and just how much it meant to them to even just receive anything. And so it made me feel good. I know that's one thing I vowed for this year and just for the rest of this time that I'm on social media is to give more. I know that's something that I've been lacking in, and I need to do that more often. So that made me feel extremely uplifted, you know what I mean? And I wasn't doing it for any feelings or doing it for any recognition or anything. I felt like this is what Chris would want us to do, was to give that AOK away. And when I saw their expressions and how happy they were, I was like, wow, now I can see what Chris was feeling when he gave to all of us. So that's all.
Well said. Well said.
Man. Well, guys, we've been going for about an hour now. I don't want to take up too much of everyone's time. I know people have to get back to work and do all kinds of stuff. So I say we call it a chat stream. But again, reiterate, thank you, OMG Chris, for the life you led. Thank you, Sean, for letting us do this and be a part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, for thinking
Thank you
this
very
up.
much.
And JoJo and Mike for inviting me to be a part of this. Chris and Roger, thank you guys for coming on and spending time and making this even more special than it could have been. Thank you, Chris, for your beautiful art. You can tell that there's heart and love in that art, and it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, our anonymous donor, for putting us over $10,000. What a thing to do. Thank you for everybody that donated
Yeah, it was.
that donated money, that donated time, that donated prayers and love and good thoughts, and we're a part of this. We appreciate you and love you. And
Yes, I do.
until we meet again, right? We'll be there.
Yes, sir.
So any last parting words, and then we'll sign off.
Now, I got one thing to say real quick. I know my brother still has AOKs that we put into storage, and if he has the names already written on them, I'll try and get a hold of those people and I will send them out to them, because I know he still had like 9 that he wanted to send out, but I don't know if he had names on them. So if there are names on them, I will send them out to those who do, and I'll either get with JoJo or Mike and probably figure out who I can send them to. With the ones that ain't got it, they might know who might be looking for certain stuff that he has. And by the way, Chris was only 11 when he wrote that article for Daredevil when we were growing up in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yep.
I never knew
I
that.
was 10 and he was 11.
Wow.
And Spawn was when he was about 29.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's cool.
just so
That's
you know,
awesome.
we were kids at that time.
It was very well written. I wouldn't
That's
have
all I
thought. I would have thought it was from like an adult.
Yeah.
I was
Nope,
reading it. I
he
was
was
like,
11 years old.
I know.
Chris posted one too on his Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
So
Daredevil. He also has a third one, but I can't remember what issue, but it was in Diecast magazine, but that was a few years ago. I think he might have it in his room, but he also had one with all his diecasts and stuff.
that's awesome. Last thing I want to say too is one more thing, and then we'll end here. Is there was a lot of AOKing going around after the auction. People would get books, they'd win them, and then they're like, "Send this to this person."
Mm.
And even that was amazing to see some of that goodness happen. So thank you guys. We're signing off.
Mhm.
Thank you. We love you. And
Thank you, everyone.
is amazing. So we will see you guys soon. Sub each other up, love each other, make the world a better place, and do it one person at a time. We'll see you guys.